Yee, what's going on, guys? Breelu here, and when I had recorded this gameplay on the built-in PlayStation 4 recording thing, it didn't capture the whole thing, so that's why I'm cutting it here in the middle. Sometimes it does that for some of my recordings. I really don't know why. I really wish it would record the entire thing. Sometimes I know why, because if you hit the PlayStation button, then you go back into the thing, it sort of resets the whole 15-minute recording thing, because the PlayStation 4 records the last 15 minutes. But I was in the middle of a game, so I don't really know why. I don't think I hit the PlayStation button, so that was kind of unfortunate. But oh well. And you know, this video isn't really about the gameplay, so that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so I'm sort of making another regular commentary. You know, damn, like I made 2 regular commentaries in under a week. Is this really the Breelu channel? God damn. I don't know, but so yeah, I'm gonna make another commentary about the sort of, you know, next Call of Duty, or this is more about the CoD4 Remastered. So if you guys didn't know, I'll leave a link to the video down below so you guys can watch that. Pause this, watch that, then come back and watch this. But so I mean, I'll say the gist of it basically. So the next Call of Duty was kind of leaked. Like there's images out for so it's Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. That's the title. It's going to be like Infinity Ward's new Call of Duty, and it's going to be sort of like in space and whatever. And there's going to be a CoD4 Remastered edition if you pre-order the game. And that's sort of more what I'm going to be talking about today. Actually, that's all what I'm going to be talking about today. And I sort of wanted to make it this topic its own video. And I said that in the previous video too, because I wanted to put it in the title for sort of, you know, for title reasons and whatever. But I also wanted to make it its own commentary, because I wanted to shed some light on it, because I'm not sure if many people would have watched the other one, my other video. But so yeah, in the image, which I'll show again, I'm not sure if I can still show it, but I didn't get a copyright strike, so I don't think it's too big of a deal. But it basically says underneath the like the date for Infinite Warfare to be released. It basically says so it says Call of Duty 4 Remastered. Like, I'm sort of paraphrasing, because I don't exactly like remember word for word what it exactly said. But it basically said the CoD4 Remastered Edition will have campaign and 10 multiplayer maps from the original Call of Duty 4 game. Only 10. Only 10. At first, when I saw this, I didn't think it was too big of a deal when I first read it, because I'm like, oh, like, because I was wondering like what it said underneath, and I was like, oh, only 10? Okay, well, that's not too big of a deal, because at first I thought every Call of Duty only ships with like 12 maps in the beginning. You know, so I thought like COD 4, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, MW3 yeah, I thought they only had like 12 maps, and I'm sorry for stumbling and stuff, but like I said, I'm trying to get better at this YouTube thing, trying to get better at commentating. Yeah, I can only get better from here, you know, so yeah, sorry for my mumbles and whatever, just bear with me. But yeah, it only says 10. I thought originally that Call of Duty's only shipped with like 12 maps. But I'm not sure if it's different with every Call of Duty. It probably is, but I don't know. I don't really pay attention to it that much. But I looked on the Call of Duty like CoD4 wiki, and apparently that game has 20 maps. But I guess that includes whatever it's called. I guess that includes like DLC as well. But if you cut out the DLC, which is, I think it's only like two or four maps. Yeah, I think it might be 4. It might be 4 maps. It's only like, so there's 16. So of course those maps probably aren't going to be shown in the remastered edition. But so if you take that out anyway, that's still like 4, or that's still maybe 4 to 6 maps that aren't going to be shown in the remastered edition. So it's sort of like half. So it's sort of like you're only gonna relive like half of the Modern Warfare multiplayer experience, which is not like the biggest of deals. Well, like at first I was like, okay, well, I mean, at least they're gonna choose like the maps that are good, hopefully, and or not good, but at least hopefully they're not gonna choose like the bad maps that are gonna like at least they're not gonna choose like the bad maps that are going to be you know, in CoD4. But then you know, as I remember, there weren't really any bad maps in CoD4 actually. Like there weren't any maps that I really didn't like. Now that I remember, yeah, there wasn't really any bad maps. Like all of it was pretty solid. They were pretty good. The only one that I can remember off the top of my head right now that I really didn't like was the map Block. I'm not sure if you guys remember it, but it was like there was like a courtyard in the middle, and there was like two sort of buildings on either side, and people would just camp in those two buildings, and the only kind of fights would be in those two buildings. I don't know. I really didn't like those maps just because, or I really didn't like that map just because it was sort of like no one ran out in the open, and it was just like all the fighting was in those two buildings, and it was just, I don't know, it's just kind of dumbish in my opinion. I really didn't like it. But yeah, so yeah, that's sort of like my thing, and I don't know, like if you watch Mark the Skipper's video, and if you're watching this, he's sort of like, I can sort of understand. I mean, and I think Drifter brought this up too, that like, you know, they didn't say that they were gonna add multiplayer, but so there might not even be multiplayer in the CoD4 remake, but it would make no sense if they did that, because you know when you think of Call of Duty, you think of the online multiplayer experience, right? That's sort of why people, I mean, lots of people buy it for the campaign. Like, you know, 70% of the people don't even play. 70% of the people who play Call of Duty don't even play the multiplayer, which is kind of insane when you think about it. But there's not a lot of be advised. Like, I don't know, it's just like it wouldn't make sense for them to do that, and it would sort of be like ripping sort of people off. If it sort of just would be ripping people off, and especially since it's like $30, it just wouldn't make sense for them to do that. And of course, in the actual leaked image, it says campaign plus 10 multiplayer maps. So it's sort of confirmed that there is going to be multiplayer in the CoD4 remake, which would make a shit ton of sense. But yeah, that's just sort of my opinion. Like I said, I don't really know why a lot of the bigger YouTubers aren't sort of talking about it, but I just want to talk about here for you guys here today. And yeah, so that's sort of it. And I don't really want to drag this out a little bit. You know, I don't really want to drag this out as much, you know, any longer than I usually do, because that's sort of, unfortunately, that's what I do, is I sort of just drag things on, and that's sort of why my videos are a lot longer. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it anyway. I'm going to show like the ending score, you know, my ending KD at the end. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.